On this YouTube channel, we're going to use our hands and a wide-angle camera to check out different smartphones and talk to you about them. If you're into the world of tech, make sure to subscribe. I'm sure you'll find stuff here that's right up your alley. Give the video a like and send it to that one friend who's just as into this stuff as you are. All right, let's get into it. If you're looking to buy a flagship phone in the $800 price range, the standard iPhone 16 is definitely one of your top contenders. But is it really worth buying? What are its pros and cons? And ultimately, should you get this phone now or wait for the iPhone 17? Stay with us until the end of the video, leave a comment, and support the channel. Design. Let's start with the design and build quality of the iPhone 16. The design has undergone some noticeable changes. The cameras are no longer arranged diagonally like before. Now they're stacked vertically. This new layout is quite different and eye-catching. Honestly, it reminds me of the iPhone X. Personally, I think the fresh look alone is a major plus. Of course, design is subjective, so let's move on to the build quality. The materials used in the standard iPhone 16 are as premium as the rest of the lineup. The back panel is made of fully matte glass, which feels super high-end. The frame is aluminum, also with a matte coating. This coating helps prevent fingerprints and smudges, which is definitely a big deal. The color options for the iPhone 16 are beautiful and appealing. One cool detail is that the camera island has a slightly darker tone than the rest of the back panel, which gives it a distinctive look. I personally loved that touch. Around the phone, there's a new button added. On the right side, you have the power button, and below it, the new camera control button, which is exclusive to the iPhone 16 series. On the left side, you've got 3 buttons, 2 for volume control and 1 action button. The new silent switch introduced with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. This is no longer a toggle switch. You just press it to silence the phone. It's customizable too. You can set it to turn on the flashlight, open a specific app, or perform other actions. We'll talk more about the camera control button later. At the bottom, there's a USB-C port, thanks to EU regulations, along with the speakers and microphones. Nothing special at the top. The phone feels great in hand, weighs around 180 grams, and the smooth curve between the back panel and the frame makes it one of the most ergonomic and comfortable phones to hold. Overall, in terms of design and build quality, the iPhone 16 scores high. It's a premium, well-built, and stylish device. The display is one of those areas where the iPhone 16 has 2 pretty noticeable flaws. We'll get into those in a second, but first, let's take a quick look at the specs. The standard iPhone 16 comes with a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED panel. It has a resolution of 1179 by 2556 pixels and a pixel density of 461 ppi. According to Apple, brightness can go up to 2000 nits, which is pretty incredible. The screen is very bright, colors are vivid and vibrant, and honestly, the quality is top tier. But there are 2 minor drawbacks. First, the bezels around the display aren't as slim as those on the Pro models, but it's not a big issue. It looks fine. The real disappointment is the refresh rate. It's still stuck at 60 Hz. In 2025, that's kind of a joke. Even just bumping it up to 90 Hz would have made a noticeable difference. So, yeah, the only real downside is the 60 Hz refresh rate. Otherwise, the display is fantastic in every other way. Performance and software. Now let's talk about performance and software. This year, the standard iPhone 16 and 16 Plus are powered by a new chip called the A18. Unlike the Pro models, which use the A18 Pro, this chip is slightly less powerful on paper, but in reality, the A18 is still a beast. It handles everything from daily tasks to heavy workloads with ease. You never feel like you're missing out compared to the higher-end models. RAM has also been bumped from 6 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes, a very welcome upgrade. And for the first time, Apple Intelligence is available on all iPhone 16 models, not just the Pros. With the latest iOS version, iOS 18.4, many AI features are already activated on the iPhone 16. That's a big plus. That said, Apple Intelligence still isn't fully polished. It's useful, but not yet a full, seamless experience. Hopefully, it'll feel more complete with iOS 19. I won't go too deep into AI features, but overall, the iPhone 16's hardware is excellent. It ships with iOS 18 and is expected to receive updates at least until iOS 25, giving you years of reliable usage. For reference, iPhones from the 14th series and older already miss out on some iOS 18 features. But the iPhone 15 and 16 support all of them. So software-wise, this phone is rock solid, one of the most important aspects of the iPhone 16. It has 2 rear cameras, a 48-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Apple calls the main camera 2-in-1. What does that mean? Basically, it gives you both a standard wide shot and a 2x digital zoom that doesn't lose quality. It achieves this by cropping the 48-megapixel image down to 12 megapixels, essentially simulating a telephoto lens. It's especially useful for portraits. So, how's the overall image quality? Photos from the main camera are excellent, full of detail, great dynamic range, beautiful colors, and strong contrast. In well-lit environments, the results rival those from the Pro models. iPhones generally have a warm tone, and I noticed that warmth even more on the iPhone 16. In low light, if night mode is off, you might see a bit of noise in darker areas. But with night mode on, the photos turn out fantastic. That 2x zoom is very handy, but of course, it's still digital. It doesn't quite match a true telephoto lens. It would have been amazing if Apple had added an actual telephoto here. The ultra-wide lens is solid too, though naturally, it lacks the detail of the main sensor. Still, it delivers visually appealing shots. A notable new feature is macro photography, previously exclusive to Pro models. Now, thanks to autofocus on the ultra-wide lens, you can shoot macro photos on the standard iPhone 16 too, and they look great. Another returning feature is photographic styles. Introduced with the iPhone 13, now expanded in the iPhone 16. You can adjust the warmth, coolness of colors, or apply style presets like filters for your photos. The 12-megapixel selfie camera is also excellent. It takes sharp, detailed, and vibrant selfies, especially in good lighting. Plus, it has autofocus, so your face stays sharp whether you're near or far from the lens. The iPhone 16 shoots beautiful 4K video at 60 frames per second. My only complaint? Still no actual telephoto lens. That 2x zoom is useful, but it can't replace a real one. Bottom line, the iPhone 16 has one of the best overall camera systems out there. Photos and videos are excellent, and the new features make it even better. A telephoto lens would have made it nearly perfect. Audio mix. This lets you treat your iPhone as a legit mic while filming. Not gonna talk too much about it. Next up is the speaker. The iPhone 16's speakers are absolutely fantastic. The sound is loud, clear, and surprisingly rich. Apple really nailed it here. One of the best smartphone speaker systems, hands down. Now let's talk about the camera control button. The new addition to the side of the phone. This button gives you more flexibility when taking photos or videos. A full press snaps a photo. Press and hold to record video. A half press brings up camera settings. It might feel a bit awkward at first, but after a day or two, it becomes second nature. You'll either love it or completely ignore it. It really depends on your style. One thing to note, some unofficial sources claim that if this button breaks, Repairs might cost up to $600 in the US. That hasn't been confirmed by Apple, but it's probably wise to take care of it, since it's a new component, and there isn't much long-term data on its durability. Also, here's a cool trick. You can use the camera control button to take a photo of an object, like a flower, a piece of clothing, or a landmark, and ask your iPhone what it is. Using Apple Intelligence, it'll fetch relevant info for you. It's similar to Google Lens on Android, or Circle to search on Samsung. Battery and charging. Let's talk battery life. The iPhone 16 has a 3,561 milliamp hour battery. Not huge on paper, but iPhones are all about optimization. It supports 30-watt wired charging and up to 25 watts with MagSafe. So how's real-world performance? Honestly, it's pretty solid. Thanks to the efficient A18 chip, the 60 Hz screen, you can easily get through a full day on a single charge with normal use. If you're a heavy user, lots of gaming, video watching, or shooting, you might need to recharge by evening. There's also a smart charging feature. You can set the phone to only charge up to 80%. This helps preserve long-term battery health. Especially useful if you tend to leave your phone plugged in overnight. Charging could be a bit faster, sure, but it's not a deal-breaker. Final verdict. If your budget is around $800 and you want a full iOS flagship experience, the iPhone 16 standard model is one of the best options out there. But if you really care about a 120 Hz display or want a real telephoto lens and still want Apple Intelligence, maybe check out the iPhone 15 Pro. It's still a very compelling option. Thanks for watching this review. If you've got any questions or want to share your own experience with the iPhone 16, be sure to drop a comment. Until the next review, take care.